right, let's do it. So for Rusty, uh, hypothetically,
Yes, Judge.
hypothetically, the 21st will be our last night of November.
Okay.
Right? So you pass it on. They do some things where we do a couple things in the daytime, like
21st is gonna be, you mean for night court? It'll be our last night for night court?
November.
Just like it supposedly back in September and y'all extended it again?
Well, I mean, obviously it could change, but I was told by McBurney and Ingram today that it was probably gonna be the 21st of November. So you better get the stuff in, and two, then we'll do a couple probably like day calendars every now and then, like some moat stuff to help, because there's really not a whole purpose anymore till they can get stuff caught up. So we'll do that. So let people know
Okay.
they want it heard really quickly. They got to hurry up and get it in.
So how's it gonna work moving forward when we have clients stuck in pre-indictment cases?
That's when you try to get on with my day calendar.
Okay.
That's what they're trying to figure out, like, what it is. There's Mr. Jenkins.
Hey,
All right,
good afternoon. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, that's all right. So you got Janice Smith there, Milton?
Yes, Your Honor, and Miss Lumber would like to speak to her attorney before she gets started.
All right, so just stand by. So Miss Smith, did you hear what your lawyer said?
Huh?
Did you hear what your lawyer said a little bit earlier?
No, she did not.
So your lawyer's going to file a motion, okay? And I'm sure she'll come and talk to you about it. So we won't hear your case tonight, but you still have a $1,500 good bond, okay?
Yeah.
So she's going to file a motion. It's just called an ex parte. You got that, Mr. Jenkins?
I do, and I figured that would be appropriate at some point.
Yeah. Ms.
Yeah,
Burke,
what's going
you want
on?
to just leave it at 1,500?
Yes, Judge, that would be appropriate. At least
Okay.
so if there's any medication she can be prescribed, that at least they have access to her.
Yeah. So just if you send me that ex parte, Ms. Gerber, we'll take care of that one.
Yes, Your Honor. And Ms. Smith, I'll be out to visit you to explain more very soon.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. And then we got Andrike Weaver, number 3, Mr. Jenkins. She's also gonna file an ex parte on that one.
Yes, I put a note there based on what I read in the warrants there. Absolutely.
Right. All right. So I don't know. LT, if y'all don't want to pull him, you don't have to yet. But if he comes in 3 North, we'll tell him. Andrike Jenkins, he's number 3. I mean Weaver, excuse me.
No problem, Judge. Got it.
He was supposed to be in 3 North. LT.
Okay, I'll make a call out to the
All right, same
jail.
thing. Ms. Gerber, same thing. If you just send them to me, I'll sign them and get those filed, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. And he might be en route. I know that he was showing as in medical pod.
Oh, okay,
Next
yeah.
time I
LT,
look.
you try to track them down. So are you covering for the Medinger case? Anybody know who's cut Ms. Steffo? Are you covering that one? Ms. Steffo.
Manager. What position is that, Your Honor?
Number 2, Tamika Lomerick.
Oh,
Judge, I'm on the phone with Miss Lomrick right now.
Oh, okay. All right, that's
Okay.
Paige Medic. Okay, that's the conflict lawyer. Okay.
Yeah. All right, and then you're covering that one?
I am, Judge. All the calendar I got.
Oh no, I was talking to Ms. Steffo.
Oh, okay.
Because that one's like a 301 days. I'm catching you up there on it, Mr. Jenkins.
Yes, you are. And I noted some of the same issues, to be honest.
Yeah.
Potentially as positions 3 and 5, but I don't know if those have been discussed, certainly.
Right.
I think we'll actually get to some cases here. I've got a couple good clips after this, but it's a short call.
Just wait on South NX of Mary Etta to jump on. Mr. Jenkins, I've never heard from you about the ankle monitor calendar for next Tuesday. If you want, give me a shout and we can.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I think a representative, Ms. Cash, reached out to me and
Yeah.
I did respond. Yes, no. Since we're going to be dealing with those same cases, there's no need to meet whatsoever, giving the public defenders enough, opportunity to do reach out to their clients. No, we're fine. And I'll see you. What date are we on?
It's Tuesday, I think 22nd Tuesday.
Okay, I'll see you in the court, Judge. No, not necessary.
All right.
It
yeah,
will.
So
I have
and
some
I
clips
think they'll try to do like maybe one more.
that definitely get worse.
Anyway.
Right. We met earlier this week regarding the matter.
Right, yeah.
So we're all right.
Yeah, I met with McBurney.
We'll get it together for sure.
And I got I saw some of the
It was horrible.
I got today.
Yes. And just if there's anything outstanding, Judge, please let me know and I'll get our legal assistance right on it and get those warrants to you for signature.
All right.
Well, since we're talking, did you get position 9? Did you get the communication that this case was true billed Isaiah Hill today?
Yeah, I got that one. I got in position
No,
8.
I'm sorry. Position 8. My bad.
Brady. Yeah,
Yes.
I got Brady. That one's off. So we've only got Lomrick, Green, Myers, and Haley Rowell left tonight.
Okay.
Remember the good old days of the backlog? There'd be like 40 people up there at a time and it'd just go for 4 hours. I think they've caught up the backlog.
So they're gonna try to come up with a couple of day calendars for me to, I guess, like kind of do catch-all stuff, maybe bond, whatever.
Just give me a heads up. When you guys get an opportunity.
Yeah, I told them just that I could do it kind of like Mondays, Tuesdays, or if they had, whatever, they just need to let me know ahead of time so we can plan.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't have the
Absolutely.
link. I know nothing. Although I was
Judge, your
told
day calendars, are you thinking those are going to be in person?
that there's a
or
motion
on
for
Zoom?
snacks.
Yeah, as far as I know.
In person?
Guess so, yeah. We didn't really get that far. We just got, I think they're trying to figure out because now you got all these people, after COVID, now you got all the people that are out there that either need bonds, ankle monitors, pre-lit, a big mess of stuff that we're just going to try to clean
Right.
up because it can't all go through 2B. So,
Right. Oh yeah. Well, 2B is busy enough as it is. So yeah.
right, I don't know if they could take more.
No.
So I'll kind of be an extra with that. So they'll do pre-lit, whatever,
Absolutely.
So they'll just have to find something. And I told them just let me know as soon as they want to start so that I can, somehow cover. Because I start back in person TPOs tomorrow too.
Be ready, Your Honor.
All right. You ready, Miss Steffo?
Yes, Judge, I am.
All right, Bostic, it's number 2, Tamika Lomrick, 23 CP 224376, 301 days without indictment. There's a $3,000 good bond as of July 16th on aggravated assault. Rah.
In regards to Ms. Lomrick, 8 cycles, FTA in
Yo.
2019, reckless conduct in 2015, ag battery and criminal trespass in 2012, terroristic threats in 2019. Nothing further.
All right. Go ahead, Miss Steffo.
Judge, Ms. Lomrick, as of today, has been in custody for 301 days without indictment on this charge. She is 33 years old and a lifelong resident of Atlanta. Her entire family is here, including her 2 sisters, aunts, uncles, and her mother. She does have 7 children. Unfortunately, due to her incarceration, her children have had to suffer and been sent to foster care as of recently. We do have housing set up with her through Women on the Rise. She's been accepted into that program, and upon release, she will start there. Prior to her incarceration, she was a back cashier at Wendy's, where she did for 2 years. I don't believe she'd be able to return anymore since she's been incarcerated for almost a year, but we would be working to get her a job once released. She does have a 10th grade education and plans on getting her GED. She does practice in religion. She's very faithful in her Christianity and used to go to a ministry in Forest Park. She does suffer from anxiety and is going to be on her anxiety medication through a woman on has spoken to the alleged victim in this case, which is actually her mother, Judge, and her mother does plan on writing an affidavit regarding this incident, and said that the incident did not occur the way the officers wrote on it, and that there was no violent actions taken out against her. So we are asking for the bond to be reduced to an amount of $1,000.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Jenkins.
Yes, briefly, Judge. In this case, obviously, this is a motion for bond reduction. We request that you deny defense counsel's motion, but ultimately we'll leave it in your discretion. Our concern, reading the warrant in this case in connection with potential mental health issues, and if she is in medication or scheduled to receive medication, I think the jail would be the best place for that. And that's my worry, because when she's not on her medications, then we catch felony cases, unfortunately. And so, as such, Judge, we leave it in your discretion in this matter, but the state still hasn't heard any change in circumstance that would apply to the bond reduction in this case. She already has a $2,000 bond and a location in place where she can have trusted and regular medication application. That's our concern. And like I said, I'll let defense counsel talk about whether any ex parte matters would apply to this defendant. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Stefo, what do you think? I mean, I know
Judge,
she had Women on the Rise program previously. Is that still?
They are still waiting for her to be released. They unfortunately do not do bail assistance anymore. But Judge, arguably, I think that the jail is the worst place for someone with anxiety to be. And I don't think they're equipped to handle her or provide for her the way that she needs in regards to counseling for management for that anxiety. I think that the Women on the Rise program is where she needs to be. And I think that they're ready to set her up with counseling, housing, and getting her back to her children who need their mother and have been away from her for the first time for 301 days.
All right. So no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no
anxiety leads to constipation.
95 Plaza Lane. No further contact with Catherine Tiggle. Tiggle.
Judge, I believe the victim has requested contact, no violent contact. It is her biological mother.
Wait a minute, let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, previously said no further violent contact. Still have to stay away from that address. I guess if you go see your mother, it won't be at her house, all right? Must enter and complete successfully the winner on the, Women on the Rise program and abide by all conditions and requirements of the program. Must reside at housing provided by the program and supply that address as soon as possible. I think I already said no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no
Woman on the Rise.
$1,500 good bond. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Sounds better than rock bottom bees.
Thank you, Judge.
It means the same thing.
Thank you, Milton. All right, 5 north. So that should be, are you Justin, Haley, Rowell? All right. Anybody, Miss Safarasi, is Mr. Gazzoli gonna show up?
I'll give him a call.
Now, these are the sort of things that shouldn't be discussed.
LT, you got anything from Marietta or South Annex?
I had an appearance. And then I was trying to catch opening
Oh, you're on
arguments,
mute,
which
LT.
didn't happen.
I'm
What I
sorry.
did catch
I'm
was
still
a
trying to
call.
make contact with them.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Judge, I reached out to Mr. Gazzoli. He didn't answer, but I also texted him. So
All right. You think you could pull up his notes on number 4? Do you see it or?
we don't really have access
No.
like that, Judge. We each have independent files. So I
Oh,
just know
okay.
nothing about this case, unfortunately.
All right. Stand by, sir. Okay. We're just waiting on Mr. Cazzoli. Now we got Marietta Annex here, so we should have Quintavious Green. Ms. Alfarasi, this is yours.
Okay.
Hey, Judge, you said for green?
Yeah, we're ready for Green.
Yes, right here. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Here he is.
All right. We got position one, boss stick. It's Quintavious Green, 23 CP 217230, 107 days without indictment. As of August 13th, there's a $5,000 good bond on receipt, possession, transport of a firearm by felony first offender or convicted felon, theft by receipt of stolen property, and reckless conduct. Pre-trial.
First cycle in Florida, FTA in 08, and the theft by taking in 06, 26 cycles out of Georgia, terrorist threats, 6 counts obstructions, 3 counts criminal damage to property, obstruction, simple assault in 2015, terroristic threats, 2 counts criminal trespass in 22, simple battery, open 21 CR 003713G, battery 23 CR 004422G, and firearm by a convicted felon, open
Straight from
23
Central
CP
Casting.
17230. Nothing further.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Alfarasi.
Thank you, Judge. Also that open case, that last one, that is this case we're here for today, Judge. That's not a different case. Mr. Green is 35 years old. We do have a good address for him in Atlanta, Georgia. He has been here his whole life. His whole family lives here, includes his fiance, his mom, his stepdad, and just the whole family. He has his GED. He was working at HireQuest. He had that job for 4.5 years at the time of his arrest. He also had done construction and cleaning work. Judge, he paid. So this is a 2023 case. He spent about, I think it's 111 days or something. It was over 100 days he spent in here. He finally got to a bond where he could afford. He posted the bond. He got out, and then he couldn't maintain the payments, and so they surrendered his bond. He came back in the jail, and he's been in here for another additional 100-something days, Judge. And so they have not indicted the case. I filed a speedy on this case. There's nothing that we can really do other than keep doing a bond hearing. I've applied him to bail project, but I'm gonna be honest, Judge, the bail project keeps rejecting a lot of people lately. So I'm hoping if we get the bond down lower, they might be more incentivized to help him out.
What could go wrong?
So I'm asking for a bond not to exceed $1,000 total.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Jenkins.
Thank you, Judge. We request that you deny defense counsel's motion at this time, as we have not seen any change in circumstance, though I must say that I was under the impression that his bond was surrendered because he caught a misdemeanor case against his brother back in July of this year. The first, I believe, there's a simple state court battery warrant, and that's the basis for the bond surrender. And then he was granted bond on August 13th of 2024. And so he has a bond. I haven't heard any circumstances that would suggest the change in the bond. And so we request you deny defense counsel's motion in this matter.
I like this
No drugs
prosecutor.
unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. Stay away from 3056 Bayard Avenue. No further contact with Carlo Castrillion, Castrillion. 3,500 and 500. Best of luck to you, sir. Thank you, South Annex.
Judge, that completes my business. May I be excused?
Yeah, if you just see if Mr. Cazzoli's around, his guy's been in 322 days.
I'll give him another call, Judge.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Let's see, Mr. Weaver. So, Mr. Weaver, your attorney is Ms. Gerber is filing a motion. So she's going to reach out to you tomorrow and there she is, and try to explain to you exactly what it is. Okay. So we're not going to address your bond today, but the bond that you already have will just stay in place. And it is a $2,000 $2,000 consent bond that was reached on August the 8th. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening. You can leave the booth.
And I'll be out to see you, Mr. Weaver. I talked to Miss Sheila today.
So Ms. Defo, I don't know if you spoke with Mr. Myers. I don't see South Annex on here. And asked to waive his.
If they're not on, Judge, then I do have permission from him to waive his presence, but I thought I saw them on.
You see ACDC.
Is the James Conklin's?
Oh, that's
not...
LT. No, that's LT.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I can waive his appearance if we want to just do his bond.
So we could just sit here and look at each other, Miss Defo. Which one do you prefer?
Whatever you'd like, Judge. I haven't seen you in a while. No problems here.
Right.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Yes, South Annex's staff challenge at this moment.
Okay, well, she can waive his appearance. All right.
Okay.
All right, so we got this is position 6 and 7. It's Christian Myers. So we got number 6, 24 PI 003 564 737 days without indictment. Not necessarily on this case. No bond as of May 21st on ag assault and unauthorized possession of a prohibited item by an inmate. Then we've got 24 PI 003 616 773 days without indictment. Not necessarily on this case. There's a $40,000 good bond on this case as of July 5th on aggravated assault. Wow.
But most of those cases that he had initially were dismissed or closed. And other cases he's pled out since been in custody. 3 SC 190020, rod, ag assault, battery, ag, 3 counts. Since 5/28/24, 1 year confinement, 4 years probation. 23 SC 190646, entering auto obstruction. 5/28/24, 1 year confinement, 4 years probation. Another open case. They probably consolidated the rest of them. 24 SC 003864, entering autos, 7 counts, 6 cycles, nothing further.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Defo.
Judge, Mr. Myers has been in for 737 days. It has been 150 days since position number 6 and 147 days since position number 7. These were in-house charges, and as we know at the jail, they usually charge everybody that's in the dorm related to any incident, whether they're involved or not. Mr. Myers is 19 years old. He was born and raised in Atlanta. His entire family is here, his mom and his aunt and his grandma, as well as his 4 siblings. He's got a 14-year-old brother, 16-year-old sister, 11-year-old sister, and a 21-year-old sister. He also does have a 1-year-old son who he's unfortunately not had the pleasure of meeting, Judge, but he talks to him every day. And as much as the jail lets him get on those video chats, he does do those with him. He has an 11th grade education. However, we do have an array of GED programs lined up for him for once released. He has a stable address in Atlanta, Georgia, where he'll be living with his mother and his child. He was cutting grass prior to his incarceration, and he does suffer from significant childhood trauma that we are also working on getting him a mentor as well as into possible counseling for. And we are asking for count 6, Judge, for a bond not to exceed $10,000, and for count 7 for a bond not to exceed $10,000.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Jenkins.
Thank you, Judge. May it please the court. At this time, the state requests that you deny defense counsel's motions in both positions 6 and 7. In this case, not hearing any change of circumstance in these matters, I believe both of these cases have had their preliminary hearings. Both the allegations are that, of course, yes, he picked his cases up in jail and alleged to a stab and was a party to a crime of stabbing of an inmate, another fellow inmate. In addition to the recent at least 3 felony cases, convictions here in Fulton County of 23 SE cases. He has an open case in Judge Dunaway's courtroom. And so unfortunately, he's very busy young man to keep it light. And so he has a bond in position 7. I believe that should not be reduced in any way. And the fact that he's in no bond status in position 6 at this time, Judge, is appropriate based on his prior criminal history, his conduct at jail, and further matters in this case. And so we request that you deny defense counsel's motion. Thank you, Judge.
All right, number 6, ending in 3546, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. No further contact with Bonanza Robinson. Is he gonna live in Fulton County?
Yes, Judge.
All right. When he gets out, he'll have a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, and medical. The only reason he can leave his house, no further contact with Bonanza Robinson. 20,000 and 10,000. On position 7, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. No further contact with Devon, Devon Scott. No further contact with co-defendants, Javion Cochran, Cockhren. No further contact with the alleged victim. Oh, I already said that. Devon Scott, no drugs unless prescribed, alcohol, weapons. He'll also have that 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, and medical. The only reason he can leave his house, 35,000. All right. Thank you, Stefo. Now we're
Thank
just,
you, Judge.
any contact, Ms. Safarasi?
Sorry, no, Judge. I don't have a response. He says he's still in court, and I know he was in prelims this morning, so I guess they're having a really long prelim day. I could argue. I just don't know. Some of the. I don't know if he's from from Georgia and things like that. I don't know that information.
I think.
I could argue off of like the warrants and what I see in Odyssey, but that's not necessarily good enough.
Do you want? I mean, I think we could probably try to put because we can control that to put him in a breakout room and take. Him
Let
off.
me do a quick interview with him.
Yeah. Do you mind?
Yeah, let's do that, Judge. Because I don't. He must still be in court because he stopped responding to me. So I don't know what's going on. Must be.
Mr. Dukes, do you have the controller pulled up so you can take him off mute?
1 second, Judge.
All right. Mine's just not pulled up yet. So, sir, we're going to put you in a breakout. Oh, yeah, let me see if I can get it pulled up too. Hold on. Let's see. Wait, I know. Hold on. I think I can do this. Let's see. Or you can do it through Zoom if you just open it up through there. Oh, and that's it for you, Miss Gerber. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. I'll get those orders to you.
All right.
And Judge, may I also be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good evening.
Thank you, you too.
Let's see.
This is ironic. I want to be the first to go. I'm the last.
Right.
Through Zoom, how, Judge?
You got it pulled up?
Not through Zoom. I was saying
Yeah.
you can do it through Zoom, how?
Yeah, okay, so you pull it up. Well, let me see. All right, hold on. Let me get this. Let's see. Hold on. Let me make it be easier if I just kind of do it. Give me 1 second, Miss Rossi, and I'm hurrying. Promise.
No worries, Judge. If he might text me back in time too. We're still waiting.
Let's see. This.
All right, the cuties left. We might have to just finish this call. Finding it hard to go on.
Let's see it again. Hold on.
Hey,
Uh,
just got off the phone with Tucson and Jackson is in there. She said they just finished with prelim.
Dang.
so what you'll do, Miss Rossi, because I think I got it open now where I could probably.
Let's go ahead. Let me do the breakout with him, Judge, because he still hasn't
All
responded.
right, I
and
surrender.
I don't know if he has the notes on him and everything. So
All right.
we can just do a breakout. I'll quickly interview him. I can do it real quick.
Let's see. He's in 3. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let's see. What is it? Those 3. Is that 5 north?
Find your email that you sent.
All right, you're good to go. I'm just gonna remind you that it is a full moon tonight. and it's supposed to be the brightest and most fabulous of the year. So,
Wow. All right, then I will have to be careful.
yes.
See what, and there's
Me
no
too.
vampires out or whatever it is. Okay.
Me
All
too.
right. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
State your full name for the judge.
All right, I have to thank Rocky Lennon for the intro, and I've got a couple. I got a couple of defendants that are both vibes. This is what I actually had put together, but I wanted to visit Judge Manning for a little bit there.
Morning, Angela Monique Rodriguez.
All right, ma'am, do you have a residence?
Yep,
Where is that? What's that address?
110 West Airport Road. But apparently it's not number 14, so if someone would like to tell me which one the keys are, that'd be great. But it was 14.
Okay, so I don't think you're allowed back. That's why you're here, right? You got arrested for being at that location?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna not list that address, because if you're not allowed to be there, I don't want to have information go there. Does your phone number end in 9114?
Yes, sir.
All right. So there's a class 3 misdemeanor alleged against you for criminal trespass. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for an arraignment on the 6th of November at 9 o'clock in the morning. That is where you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court proceedings. That'll all be explained to you at the next hearing, as well as the penalty range for the charge.
Okay.
Your release conditions are the following: obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately if your address changes or you get a different address, do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, do not go near the location of the alleged offense.
Well, I want permission right now because I'm not staying in Arizona. So if I can get permission now, I'm not staying in there. I don't want to be around that person.
Okay, understood. So what I need you to do is, if you're asking to be able to leave the state of Arizona, I'd like to resolve these matters. So so we can't do it now because there's a victim involved, and I must comply with some of those things. And you got to, you have to plea and have information on the plea.
I really don't care because I'm the victim.
Okay.
No disrespect. Just saying.
All right.
Don't give a shit about what that one says. This is my life.
Yeah. And all I got to,
talk about that victim's life.
Okay. All I have to do is comply with the charges in front of me and with the law. So.
Where do I go from here? Where's home?
Well.
Where am I allowed to go in this fucking town?
Well, first off, I've got to see if you're going to comply with the release conditions that I only got 2 of them listed to you. If you can't, you're not going anywhere. You'll stay in custody, because that means you're not going to obey the orders of the court.
Fine.
So let me finish reading those.
Go ahead.
Not to go near the location of the alleged offense, and then I'm ordering you to pretrial services. What that is when you're released from custody, you have to contact the probation department. You're not on probation. It's release services. They're just going to monitor you between now and the next court date. So
Make
on.
sure I don't lose any shit? I know.
So on and so forth, to make sure that you're complying with these release conditions and that you show up for court.
Yep.
If you're able to do those and follow those release conditions, and you'll show up to court on the 6th of November, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Can you do that?
Yes, but what about the one on the 21st? Do I still need to show up for that too? So 21st and the 6th. Yes, sir.
Correct. And if might be possible, that's a little soon, but it might be possible that I can combine these cases so you can try to save you one trip back. But I have to see if a victim's notification can comply. So that's just law. If I can get that.
The victim I'm thinking of, he ain't gonna.
Okay. All right. So you can comply with those release conditions?
Yes, sir, I will.
All right.
Yes,
We'll release.
Go right now.
We'll release you on your own recognizance, so you'll be released from custody. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, if I can't go there, where's home? Because I have things in that home, but
Okay.
no keys.
Okay, so what you can do is you can request a civil standby. So what that is when you're released from custody, have law enforcement go there with you to collect your belongings so you can have those things. And they'll stand by there to make sure that there's no arguing or fighting or anything like that. And then once you collect your belongings, then you'll have to leave.
And go where?
I don't know that answer.
I'm homeless until this fuckery is figured out, so you
Okay.
know. I won't.
Okay.
But I know where I have a room in my name, and if it's not, then there's gonna be real fucking problems in this town today.
Okay,
And
okay.
be on my best behavior. That's my fucking terms.
Okay, well, if my terms are, if you can comply with those release conditions,
Fine.
okay, but I don't get a finish, so, so those release conditions that I stated to you, I need you to acknowledge that you'll obey those,
Acknowledge that I accept them, I
okay?
will.
And then you'll be at court on November 6th?
Yes, and the 21st, and yes.
Okay, all right, then we'll get this shipped over and you'll get released here shortly.
All right, so you can send those to me.
Okay, thank you.
Here.
Bye.
She actually got released on that performance. You gotta love Arizona.
Oh, Ms. Grayer.
Oh, we have another contestant. The purple hair is a real good clue. You're not dealing with a lot of mental stability here.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
So you're section hearing also? Give me just a minute. We'll call
No
your
worries.
case. So it looks like we're looking for an evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to talk to the attorney here, ma'am, for a minute, and then looks like we have the victim's impact panel. What's the status of the evaluation?
So if I'm understanding this correctly, sir, yes, Pinnacle Peak did an evaluation and recommended ADIS, and that ADIS was completed last Saturday.
Okay, none of that's in the file. In the file in front of me, I have the victim's impact panel.
And I think we just received that today,
Okay.
and we're going to get that into the court. Okay. We believe we should have that in the very near future.
How near? I mean, like a couple of minutes or a couple of weeks?
Just to clarify, Your Honor,
Yeah, I didn't notice the pronouns. That's a nice touch, but it's right in line with the purple hair. It's perfect.
got an email from Miss Grayer Bill from North Star Treatment Group showing attached, please find your ADIS certificate, but the attachment did not come through. So I've shared that with the state and
You okay there, ma'am?
but it does appear that she did go.
Okay, so I need you to move, I need to adjust your camera. All I can see is the top of your head there right now.
Sorry, I'm just anxious.
All right, well, I think you can relax.
Anxiety leads to constipation.
A little bit. I think we'll get this worked out here. So try not to get too anxious, which is easy for me to say, but again, I do need you to maybe be a little bit more stable with your camera. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so you were saying there?
With your camera and your life, your thoughts. It's not going to happen, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor. I got an email from Ms. Grayer Bill from North Star Treatment Group. It says, please find attached your ADIS certificate. It does appear to be a legitimate email. It's just the attachment didn't come through.
How about the evaluation? I don't see an evaluation either.
Go ahead.
That we're still waiting on, correct?
She's gotten it done.
Oh, right. She's completed the recommendation.
It just hasn't made it to the court yet.
Right.
Okay.
Your Honor, I've been trying to get them to send it to the court, but they haven't been. So I've been trying my best to have my evaluation get sent to the court.
Okay.
Is that what's going on here? I didn't even look at it. Okay, I have to be honest. I just wasn't drawn to the face. Well, that's the nicest way I can put it. But you might be right. You might be right.
Not doing it. So.
Do you have a copy of it?
I do not. They didn't give me one.
How have they been, do you have an email address for the court where you can give to them so they'll send it here?
An email address for the place?
No, for us. You can go to them and say, look, here's an email address for the court. Send it here. Have you done that?
Yeah, I tried that. And
What
he
do
was
you-
like, oh, you
This might actually be Gregsy. I'm not sure.
have to do this and that and this and this and this. And he made no sense. Like, he made it super confusing and a pain instead of just be like, okay, I'll send it over.
Okay.
So if I'm found in violation because of that, I am not going to be very happy because that is not my fault in any way.
Okay.
I'm not trying to have to blow $5,000
Ma'am,
on a lawyer.
you should probably be quiet. Okay.
Trying to explain myself.
I understand. But you know, I have some experience here too, so I kind of have an understanding of how these things work.
I don't want
Yeah, you should probably be quiet.
to get raped in jail.
You're not going to today.
Oh, good Lord.
So you can relax about
I
that.
stepped in that. Let's hear that. That's the.
I understand.
We'll go
But
back.
you know, I have some experience here too, so I kind of have an understanding of how these things work.
I don't want to get raped in jail.
You're not going to today. So you can relax about that.
It's interesting. I just like would assume that of everybody. You know, I don't really think it needs to be said.
So did you have an email experience with the evaluation as well? Like the attachment didn't come through?
No, we have the email regarding that's references the ADIS.
No, I know. I'm talking about I'm with you on that. I had moved on to the evaluation. I was wondering.
That we do not have, no.
All right. So the email, did you get the email from the treatment provider, or did that come from Ms. Grayer-Beal?
That was forwarded from Ms. Grayer-Beal.
Okay. So Ms. Grayer-Beal, did the facility forward to you the drug and alcohol information school completion? You're muted. I'm not hearing you.
I was trying to say, yes, I have it in my email, but when I send it, the certificate is attached to the email. I have it. But when I sent it, it didn't go, the attachment didn't go through for whatever reason.
Well, we can try. Do you want to put our email in the chat? Try that. So we're going to put an email in the chat function. See if you can try that.
Okay, I don't know if that's going to work because I don't know if
I won't either until you try it. So let's try it and see what happens. Okay.
All right.
So I'll have you, we're going to mute you back up and then you'll try that and then we'll see where we're at here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Any other cases we can take? We can come back to that one in a minute.
Not yet, Your Honor. I apologize for being slow. We're still learning all the ins and outs of this. So if you could just give us a little bit of time, we can see everybody else.
Well, let's see if we can just do some
Or
of
we
this
can
stuff.
take some of them up on the record.
Yep, we can. And if you need additional information to meet with them, we can do that.
Okay, sounds good.
So hang on just a second. Actually, what's your name?
Baron Reardon.
Okay, just stand by for a minute.
There's a short appearance in between. I kept it on because Melanie there can't behave.
So Ms. Moisey is not on the Zoom call. Yes, she is. Crystal Moisey, could you come on the Zoom call, please?
Hi.
Hi there. So you're you're on a deferred prosecution. And then, are you still in treatment?
Yeah, I still do outpatient twice. Well, it's not intensive outpatient, but it's like aftercare class twice a week. I take one for like DBT skills, and then I take another one for my Suboxone.
Right. And then how long will it be before you think you're done with your program?
I have three more weeks of my book that I'm working on, and then after that I go to once a week. So right now I'm going twice a week. In 3 weeks I'll go to once a week, and then when I go to once a week, I can't remember how long it was for that. I think it's a couple months, so at least like 6 months.
So what we're looking for, the state's made a motion to revoke, I think based on the victims impact panel. Is that correct?
Based on my notes, this is for Crystal Moisey. It was based on a history of dilute UAs that goes back to at least May.
But the most recent, there's
that was the basis for
there's a motion that was just filed on September 13th.
Yeah, but dilute
Okay, just wait a minute, ma'am. Just wait. Just wait. I'll come back to you in a minute. And so I don't see any other motions, written motions prior to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe the prior motion must have been horrible in that case, especially if you're not seeing it. Okay.
So, but if the state wants to do that. So my question to you, ma'am, is now I will come back to you. Victims impact panel, do you have plans to get that taken care of?
I thought I had the whole 3 years to get it done. I didn't know it was a time thing.
Yeah, it's a time thing.
But I can get it done as soon as possible. There's nothing stopping me from doing it. I just didn't know I thought I had years to do it.
But her middle name isn't Beth for nothing.
We'd like to see it, and the state's requested to see it. I mean, is the state making an additional motion? You can file. What we're going to do, ma'am, is we're just going to reset this out, maybe about 60 days, give you a chance to get that in. State can take a look and see whether or not want to expand this motion or not. But you're still in treatment, which is good. There have been some hiccups along the way, which does happen. Whether that's amounts to revocation or not, I haven't frankly looked at that all that closely. But I'm happy to.
Here's the deal, Crystal. Your effort really kind of sucks, but right now we got to deal with this purple-haired freak. So you're getting a break today.
Here you're in treatment now. So, Mr. Lindgren, what I'd be inclined to do, the only motion I see involves the victims impact panel. We can set this out for about 60 days. I'll get a date, and then you can staff what you want to go from here with your office.
Yeah, no objection to setting this out, Your Honor.
So you have a date? So December 19th at 1:30. So just make sure remain in treatment with no other problems, and make sure you get the victims impact panel done by then. All right?
Sure.
And then you know how to submit it, because we are getting treatment reports. So that'll be it for today, ma'am. We'll see you back here on that date. Actually, before you go, have you been getting text reminders of court dates?
Yeah, I have.
Perfect. We'll see you back here on December 19th.
Thank you.
What's that? Yeah. All right. So Ms. Grayer Beal, can you come back on the Zoom call, please?
It sure is.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi there. So yeah, the attachment didn't come through to us either. And so do you have a way of printing off the hard copy of that? And we're not going, because here's what I'm thinking, right? We'll reset this out the way.
I'm not going to go to jail because of this, am I?
You're not, okay, you can just remove that from your thought process right now. I feel like that's distracting you. No one's going to send you to jail right now. And if you have this thing done and you have the drug and alcohol information school, I can tell you jail's not in your future for this. So
Okay.
can you, let's game plan or brainstorm a way for you can get that stuff to us so everyone can stop worrying about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just what they told me, and it's giving me a panic attack.
All right. Well, I'm trying to walk you back from that. But what would help me if you move your camera down a little bit, because I'm only seeing, there you go. Perfect. Right there. So why don't we give about 6 weeks? Can you go about 6 weeks? November 21st at 1:30.
It's looking
Have
like
you been
jail
getting
too.
text reminders of court dates?
Yes.
Okay. So what you can do is you can go back. Where is that agency? You don't live here in Thurston County, do you?
I do at the moment. I'm a student at Evergreen.
Okay. Where was the facility that you got your evaluation? Where is that located?
Pinnacle Peak Institute. It's in West Olympia near the Trader
Okay.
Joe's.
So you can go there. You can go there and say, look, I want a hard copy, paper copy of my evaluation, paper copy of your drug and alcohol information school. Then you could take it and you could just come over here and give it to the court.
Okay, that sounds a lot easier than dealing with all the other
Electronics?
Yeah, because
All
when
right.
I had them try and email it, they were like, "Oh, you have to do this and that," and I'm just
All right. So, well, I don't know about this and that, but I do know, and this, what I've laid out to you happens all the time. People get their evaluations on paper, bring them by the court and turn them in. And so, yeah, hopefully it will be if you can get that in on time. So did you give you a date already?
Yes.
What was that again?
November 21st.
November 21st at 1:30 is your next court date.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Have you been getting text reminders of court dates?
Yeah.
Yes, Your
That
Honor.
might be it.
Okay, so you got a plan in place here now?
Yes.
All right, hang on just a second before you go. I want to double check one thing. Yeah. All right, that's it for today, ma'am. We'll see you back here on that date. Hopefully we'll get that stuff before then.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're free to go.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, there you go. I told you it would get worse. I know I had those. We just had to do it. We just had to do a quick visit and see Judge Manning. It's always good to see her. Nothing exciting happened in that call. But these last two defendants were complete vibes. I don't know how that. I mean, she was just foul mouthed and going after it, and the judge is like ignoring the whole thing. He just wanted her out. He wanted her out on the street. He wasn't going to stop her. Good times. Well, it appears Biggin's not going. So I don't know. I don't know if I've got any place to send you. I really don't. All right. I do have court tomorrow. I think I can work around it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try it. I want to do the opening statements for that case. I think I can stand that. If they pick the jury in Boone, then they should really kick off the day with opening statements. I'm guessing a half hour each. An hour to get it done. Might be an hour each. That would create an issue for me, which I may or may not be able to resolve. For now, it looks like I'm going to do it. All right. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. I will see you all soon.